Hello everyone, my name is Hamza. Today I will talk about the word classes in English, part 1. In this part, I will quickly define each word class to let you distinguish between the major word classes in English. It means you should wait for the other parts of this lesson in which I will specifically illustrate on each word class. English has 4 major word classes. We have nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. And these word classes can also be called parts of speech. Now we are going to talk about nouns. So what is a noun? Nouns make up the largest class of words, or of the words in all languages, including English. A noun is a word that names a person, place, thing, or idea. Now we are going to talk about the types of nouns. We have concrete nouns. Concrete nouns are related to people, places, or things that you can touch, see, hear, smell, or taste. So everything that we can see, hear, touch, smell, or taste is called a concrete noun. For example, we have the names of people like John, doctor, woman, man, etc. John is a name of a person that we can see, touch, hear. Doctor is a profession of a person. Woman and man. Here we are talking about the gender, and we can distinguish between a woman and a man. So this is why we call them concrete nouns. We have places like schools, rivers, mountains, home. For example, so we can see a house, for example. We can touch it, okay? We can see the river, for example. We can touch it, so we can, for example, touch the water. We can see, for example, the schools, okay? So we can touch the tables, we can touch maybe the walls, and etc. Things like cats, doors, books, cars, and etc. So we can play with the cat, we can touch it, okay? The door, the same thing for the door, the same thing for the book, the same thing for the car. And the second part, or the second type of nouns, is abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are related to ideas, concepts, or emotions. These nouns are intangible. What is intangible? What do we mean by this word? Intangible means that we cannot touch, see, hear, or smell, or taste these nouns using our 5 senses. For example, love. So we cannot touch the love, for example. We cannot touch love, we cannot hear love, we cannot smell it, or we cannot taste it using our 5 senses. That's why love is called an abstract noun. The same thing for anger, intelligence, thoughts, and etc. Now we are going to talk about another word class, which is verbs. A verb is a word used to describe an action, condition, or experience. In this video, I will talk about 2 types of verbs. We have action verbs and stative verbs. And in my next videos, I will illustrate, or I will specifically illustrate on other types of verbs, like, for example, transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, for example, monotransitive verbs, and etc. So what is an action verb? Action verbs are related to the physical actions that you can see somebody doing. For example, like the verb to run. We can say someone is running, for example. So that's why the verb to run is an action verb. Like the verb to walk. The verb to walk is also an action verb because we can see the person walking. Like the verb to eat. The verb to eat is also an action verb. In other words, action verbs are the verbs in which we use our physical or our body movements. The second part of verbs, or the second type of verbs, is the stative verbs. Stative verbs are usually things you cannot see somebody doing, including abstract verbs like to be, to want, to need, to owe, and etc. If somebody wants something, we cannot know that person because that person cannot use his or her physical movements in order to express this verb. This verb cannot be expressed by physical movements. Possession verbs like to possess, to own, to belong. We have emotion verbs like, to love, to hate, to dislike. So, in other words, the stative verbs cannot be expressed using the physical movements. Now we are going to talk about another word class, which is the adjectives. So what is an adjective? An adjective is a word or set of words that modifies a noun phrase. In other words, an adjective is a word or set of words that describes a noun or a pronoun. Adjectives may come before the noun they modify or they describe. For example, this is a cute cat. So, cute is an adjective, comes before the noun it describes, which is the cat. I bought a big house. The same thing for the second example. Big is an adjective, describes or modifies the noun phrase house, so it comes before it. Adjectives may also follow the word they modify. For example, the house is big. Big is an adjective which modifies the subject or the noun phrase, which is the house, so it follows it. Now we are going to talk about adverbs. An adverb is a word or a set of words that modifies verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. So the adverb is a word or group of words that modifies what? Remember please, an adverb modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. It answers the questions how, when, where, to what extent, or how often, or how much. For example, we have he speaks slowly. Slowly is an adverb, modifies the verb to speak. How does he speak? He speaks slowly, so slowly answers the question how. He is especially clever. Especially is an adverb that modifies the adjective clever. He speaks all too slowly. All too is an adverb which modifies the adverb slowly. Hamza Arif says, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you will benefit from this video.